Hello, everyone, my YouTube family. Welcome to my second YouTube video. I hope you've had time to watch my first one, and this is the second one. And today I'll be talking about my why. My why. So, the focus is really why I'm particular about personal finance. So, I'm going to take you down memory lane. So, join me. Ijoma me, was born in Lagos some 40 something, 47 years ago. Itire precisely. So my father had a white collar job. He's late now. And my mom was a stay at home mom. We used to call them housewives then. So we were eight, six, seven, yeah. So I attended a primary school. I remember those days. I'll wear my school uniform, go to school, come back, food will be on the table. Then maybe at 4 o'clock, TV will start. Then I would watch Sesame Street. For those of you in my generation, I hope you remember Sesame Street. I'll watch Sesame Street. I'll watch some other programs. Life was generally chill. So, in that phase of my life, I didn't understand money because everything was taken care of, really. And that's for most of the time, most people, most families. That time in Nigeria, at least in my space, the focus wasn't money, 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 just as it is now. Right now, every Dick, Harry, and Tom, everybody's talking about money. Everybody wants to hit it big. So after primary school, I proceeded to secondary school. I got into Federal Government College, Kwali, Abuja. I met wonderful people from all over Nigeria, the north, the south, the east, the west. And that was the beginning of understanding about money. Let me tell you why. So at the beginning of the term, going back to school from Lagos to Abuja, we were allowed to keep our pocket money was 80 naira. I think yes, 80 naira. You had a passbook. There was a school bank. You had a passbook. Anytime you needed cash, you go collect money, and you could use it for talk shop runs. Maybe during break, you go to the talk shop to buy yam balls, potato chips, all those different. We used to call it Kwali burger, bread and akara, small burger size stuff like that. So at I didn't. My parents didn't visit me for most of the time. When I go to school, my provision, three sets of provision. If it was finished, you're on your own. So um that was when I started appreciating money because yours truly, after the first 3 weeks, or by God's grace, 4 weeks, I'd blown all my 80 naira. And I'll see my friends. I had this one this wonderful friend. Every day she had money to go to talk shop. She would buy yam chips, she would buy akara and bug and bread. And this was like going to Mr. Biggs or Chicken Republic in this time. It was a big deal. In my head, I was like, how does this girl do it? Meanwhile, they gave me 80 naira. And I wouldn't have even remembered what I used the money for. So that was where money, lack, not having money started coming into the picture. Then let's move to university. Things were still okay for my dad at that time, but getting into university, I attended Federal University of Agriculture, Umudike. I was one of the pioneer students in the university, and getting into university was okay. My dad gave me all I needed and all of that. But 2 years down the line, things took a turn. My dad had to retire forcefully from work. And for some funny reason, life just took. Igbo people say, "Owane mentori." You know how life turns around. Maybe you've been having it fine before, and things just change. So, and I remember one of the big memories for me. I had wonderful friends, people who supported me in school. There were times that I could not. come home because there was no money. There were times that I needed from school. I'll go and stay with my grandmother in the village. I mean, village. I will carry water on my and go to the stream and fetch. That's I was in the village. I remember one time one old woman came to my grandma's hut because I was in the village. Everybody was. I was doing holiday with my grandma. She was selling fish in the market, and the man was say, "Hey, hey, young girl." She was speaking Igbo. I'm translating. Young girl. I like you. I want my son in Obodo Yibo to marry you. I said, see my life. See my life. If I just had money to travel and go and stay with my parents in Lagos, would this woman be telling me all this kind of thing? I was an idealist, or I believed that you needed to fall in love, blah, blah, blah. I didn't believe in all of I still don't believe in it. Anyway, so so university was a bit hard. Was not a bit, it was hard. I ate rice and beans. Rice and beans almost drew on my head. Ha! Oh God! And yours truly, food. That was the changing. That was what it changed my mindset about money. Let me tell you one particular experience. I didn't have money for food, and yours truly needed to eat. I will eat food. For me to read and understand very well, I need to eat food. This is not drinking garri o. Some people say in school they will drink garri and they will be okay. Bam, bam, bam. For me, I will eat food, better food. If it's not rice, it will be swallow. I will eat food. Do you understand? So, and I didn't have money. And I could not do Aristo. I was a child of God. I was in fellowship, Christian Union. Aristo runs did not even come to my head. I couldn't. Do you understand? So I slept. That was how I slept one day. My bunkmate was making one wonderful soup. See the aroma. And we were not close. And I couldn't beg her. And I hadn't eaten all day. I turned I was on the upper bunk. I just faced the wall and I was crying. I was like, what is this? Why can't I even eat? I didn't have money. Can you imagine going to school and your parents giving you 1,000 naira after paying your transport fare? That was what they had. So it shaped how I saw life. Maybe that was where I started loving food. You understand? So the why for me. Then after university, NYSC, there was NYSC and there was adulthood. I got married and all of that. The first few years were not the best. I'm not going to keep this video for so long. I'm going to take it to the next video. So watch out. We'll continue this story of my why in the next video, adulthood and my why. That will be the title of the video. But what I want you to take away from today's video, that things that happen to you shape your mindset about money. So take a deep look, sit down and reminisce. How do I think about money? Do I think about money as something to hoard? Do I think of it as a means to an end? How do I think about money? So this I've shared the story. I've not gone in depth. Maybe in the various videos in the months, in the weeks to come, different snippets, you have a better picture of it. But this is the why. So just to let you know that I've known lack. I think I've seen poverty. Maybe not the dire kind of poverty, but I've known lack to the extent that I hate it. I hate lack. And that's one of my whys. Why personal finance? I try to live it and I teach those around me to live it. Thank you so much for listening to me. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, share. Let's grow together. God bless you. Cheers.